Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for coming in today. Hello. We're going to play some music. I hope you enjoy. Today. That was God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. It's a little arrangement that I did up, trying to sort of emulate the style of this Dizzy Gillespie and James Moody concert from the 60s. All of the charts that you're going to hear today are arranged by me, with one sort of exception at the very end, but I'll talk about that later. I just want to take a minute to introduce the band who are accompanying me today. Starting out with the rhythm section, we got Allison Kerfoot on drums. Got Ben Payne on bass. Henry Lewis on piano. And then Mr. Luke Nickel on trombone. Leah Reevy on saxophones and flute. And Omar Yazal on saxophones. We're also going to call up to the stage now Ms. Julia Discanio. She's going to be singing a few songs today. So next piece we're going to do is My Favorite Things.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad.
All right, thank you again. That was My Favorite Things, featured myself on trumpet, Omar on saxophone, and Jules on voice. Next song we're gonna play, it's called White Christmas. I guess if you look outside right now, it's a bit of a green Christmas, huh? Yeah.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the tree tops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your
should probably explain what that was. The original arrangement of that was a lot more straight ahead, pretty bright and cheery. Kind of hated it. So I took it to my teacher, Andrew Downing, and I asked for advice on how to make it better. That was not the advice that he gave me exactly. But he did say, it doesn't have to be so bright. We did a few revoicings, and I thought it sounded a little drunk, so I decided to theme it after the holiday hangover, that week-long period between Christmas and New Year's. So I hope that you got the feeling of being drunk while listening to that. The next thing we're going to do something that was kind of inspired by a Sun Ra album that I listened to called Strange Worlds in My Mind, and it's sort of this space poetry album with some improvising behind it. So Jules is going to read The Night Before Christmas, and we're going to improvise behind her, and then we're going to segue into I'll Be Home for Christmas. So enjoy.
'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that Saint Nick soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, and tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed in all fur from his hat to his boot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled! his dimples how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right old jolly elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk. And laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving up a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him explain, ere he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night."
brings us to the last piece. This is a sort of mini suite. Duke Ellington and Billy Strayhorn have a fantastic version of Tchaikovsky's Nutcracker Suite. So I took 3 movements from that and made a sort of mini suite and rearranged it, obviously, for a smaller ensemble, which is quite the task because, as you can imagine, trying to make a 7-note voicing work for 4, sometimes 3 horns is impossible. But I think what we've come up with still embodies that essence of what Ellington and Strayhorn were going for. So I hope you enjoy. We're just going to play through these 3, and then we're done. right. So that's the end of the show for today. I just, before everybody leaves, want to give a big thank you to Andrew Downing for being one of my private teachers this year. I'd also like to give a thank you to Rebecca Hennessy for being my other teacher this year. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here today. She does have a 3-year-old to take care of, so I think that's pretty understandable. And a big thank you to Sam, Working Sound, and Haliconian Hall for being able to accommodate us, given the issues going on with Macmillan. And a big thank you to my band as well. I put them through some bullshit with this. It's longer than I am tall, so yeah. Anyways, thank you.